Well, I dare say that international education is going to be transformed by what we have seen. For example, I think just the very fact that you can join in a lecture anywhere from Zoom and not automatically discount that lecture or that entire subject as being somehow less worthwhile is going to vanish. I know that both as a student as well as an instructor at Harvard, I did a few communication workshops. I saw that online learning has real potential, and really, in fact, realistically speaking, for many people, it may be the only way that they are able to access education. So I think for all of us to become familiar with how online platform works, the things you have to do differently, and it does mean that instead of corridor conversations or turning around to someone who is seated next to you, you have to reach out to them, you have to make some effort into connecting with people in your classroom. But in terms of the actual content of the content that you are taught, I actually feel that being able to be in class, but also to watch lecture recordings at your own pace and absorb the material has actually been a benefit.
I think international education, if anything, might prosper from being so versatile now to be able to cross into this digital realm and back. And it's felt like there's been a lot of focus and a lot of energy put into maintaining these international relationships because they're so important. The US and Australia face so many shared challenges. So I feel really positive about it. Obviously, there's so much value in being there and doing things in person, but hey, look how we're dealing with the challenges, and if this is the interim, then getting back there and in the future is just going to be just as strong and more a much richer experience, I believe.
I think that is moving into a much more flexible direction. Columbia University, for example, has historically been a university that you attend in person, because of the campus itself in Manhattan, and just the culture around being on that campus. But even Columbia is now saying, even if we don't have online, if we have in-person classes next semester, there's the opportunity for students who wish to just continue their degree online. And I think that sort of flexibility in education can only be a good thing, particularly if you're looking to balance up your education and your professional life with your personal life. I think that flexibility will only serve to benefit students.
I think in the long term, this situation can only have a good impact on international education. We're all learning to be more flexible and to figure out how to connect while being physically separated. In this way, we're seeing how international education can succeed in new and different ways beyond the model of a traditional exchange program. This can only be a positive because it will allow more people from more diverse backgrounds to participate.
I believe this pandemic will forever change the way we teach and learn. The barriers of travel, distance, and education have now been shattered on an international scale, and I look forward to the rich international collaborations that will be even more possible going forward between countries, in particular between Australia and the United States.
Yeah, I think perhaps quite obviously this has shown how possible it is to host remote classes or online classes and collaborations. I think perhaps before we weren't really sure, we didn't really have the need to move things online. But now that the needs presented itself, we know it's possible, I think this would really sort of open doors for people who are unable to, say, get to the US or the UK, perhaps for family commitments, and even sort of work internationally remotely for that matter.